Herbert Hoover's birthplace at Herbert Hoover National Historic Site. President Hoover was born here in 1874. When he lived in this house, he lived here with his parents, his mother and father, his older brother, and his younger sister. And that was 5 people total who lived in this little 2-room cottage. The 2-room cottage had 1 bedroom. The family all shared a bedroom. The parents slept on a bed on the top, and the kids probably slept on a trundle bed, a bed that pulls out like a drawer, which helped save space for the family. But when Herbert was born, he slept in a cradle. When he got too big for the cradle, he would share the trundle with his older brother. Later, when his sister was born, she slept in the cradle. And that's how you fit 5 people in that one little bedroom. The other room, which we call the main room, is a combination living room, dining room, and kitchen. In the living room there's something like a couch, which the Hoovers probably called their lounge or their settee. There's a drop leaf table, which the Hoovers could put their chairs around when it was time to eat. And there was also some places to store plates and dishes and baked goods around the main room. When we visit Herbert Hoover's birthplace, think about, where did the Hoovers eat, sleep, wash up? Where'd they cook? Where'd they work? Where'd they play? Even though this main room is part kitchen, part dining room, part living room, we don't see any kitchen things in here except for a couple of storage spaces. The stove is out in the summer kitchen. It's a room outside the house on the back porch where the Hoovers cooked when the weather was warm. In the wintertime, though, when it was cold, the Hoovers actually moved their wood-burning stove inside the house and used it to also heat the house up in the wintertime. This became their winter kitchen in addition to living room and dining room. We're in the summer kitchen of Herbert Hoover's birthplace. The summer kitchen is sort of like a 3rd room, but it's actually not inside the house. It's an enclosed area of the back porch. The Hoovers cooked in their summer kitchen in the summer when it was too hot to operate a wood-burning stove inside the house. In the wintertime, though, when it was cold, the Hoovers actually moved their wood-burning stove inside their house. There was a chimney to attach it to in there as well. And they cooked in there, but they also used that stove to warm the house up during the cold weather. Outside the house, even before you go inside the house, you can learn a lot about how the Hoovers lived when Herbert Hoover was born in 1874. The Hoovers didn't have electricity, running water, or automobiles, and because they had a little 2-room house with only 1 bedroom, they didn't have a lot of room inside the house for things that we might have inside our homes today. The Hoovers had to go outside for their water. They had a cistern and a pump, which they used to turn a crank, and they would use that to get the water that they used for washing their clothes or for washing themselves. They also had a garden. Without a refrigerator, they weren't able to store a lot of food, so they ate a lot of their food fresh, and the Hoovers grew some of their own vegetables, in addition to being able to buy food from other people here in West Branch. When they had leftover food, they would can it, which for them meant sealing it up in jars and store it in their cellar, which was a space underneath the house for storing food in jars, or things like potatoes and carrots, things that didn't go bad so easily if you stored them properly. The Hoovers also had to use their restroom outside, so their toilet was in a privy, or an outhouse, that was a short distance from the house in their yard. The Hoovers also stored their wood outside the house, probably in the summer kitchen or on the back porch, and they used that wood to burn in a stove, which kept the house warm and cooked the food for the Hoovers.